Hi, Devin again. I don't know how many times I'm going to repeat that. But, I was just talking about just emotions and to get rid of them. A technique that helps me to kind of identify them more and why they come up are I feel like everybody have these things called filters, and they're emotional filters, and everybody has for when they see something or for when they hear something. Like for instance, if you hear like something like slam against the ground, if you hear something slam against the ground, what does that mean to you? And for me, it used to be fearful, because as a child I used to hear things slam against the ground and it was never good. So that's the memory I attribute to that sound, and that memory is kind of a filter for what happened and what I also perceive, and for what I also perceive to be happening right now. And those are kind of unhealthy, because you do kind of destroy yourself a little bit when you believe in a false reality, and that is fear. Fear is a false reality. If you have a fear from the dark, or fear from anything else, it's you believe that something's going to happen that is either going to hurt you or put you in a situation that you will never get out of, and that is not true. Fear is just an indicator of truth. If you're thinking of something fearful, then you kind of automatically know the truth, because the opposite is true. And by identifying your filters, you do get better at emotionally not getting riled up, or not getting sad when someone says something rude, or not getting angry when somebody tries to offend you, or not getting not getting the butterflies when someone compliments you. You do have to be mentally. You're mentally like a mountain, immovable. You don't want to be movable by any compliment or by any reaction coming from anybody else. A mountain just stands there in their I don't know if a mountain stands, but a mountain sits there in their magnificence, and everybody says, "Look how big this thing is, how beautiful it is that I can't move it." And that's what you kind of want to be. Just kind of go through them, because something shows up. Let's say something actually happens. It's hard for you in that moment to not react, because especially if you're used to just reacting to life, reacting or reenacting that part you've been playing for your whole life. It's hard to step out of the act and step off the stage of that drama. So the best thing for you to do is just to play the part, and if you're true about this emotional work, then later, while you're at home, you'll look at what happened and you say, why did I get offended? Why did I fight back? That's what comes to me when it comes to turning the other cheek. You don't turn the other cheek to get slapped on the other one. You turn the other cheek, and you kind of, and something you don't acknowledge is not real. So don't acknowledge somebody's assertion towards you, because it's like, if anybody, I like the idea of like, if anybody does something bad, or doesn't tip you very well, or kind of says something bad about you, that's on them. That is not on you. Those words do not come out of your mouth about yourself. Whatever somebody thinks, that is on them. They take full karmic responsibility for that thought and that action. So do not accept that as something wrong with you, because there's nothing wrong with you. What's wrong is that other person, and the fear that you step into with that other person, and the play you play. That's what kind of screws everything up. And by getting rid of those emotional flares, life is a little more comical, because it's no longer oh, I have to worry about being attacked. It's, oh, look how these people are acting. And then you could come from a perspective of, look, there is not this, there's all of this. So why not be more? And most people will follow you because now people are kind of flipping to that alternative thinking, and people are kind of thinking or flipping to that new age fantasy kind of thing. Everyone's a guru, everyone's a yogi, everyone's spiritual teacher, and it's not about. It's not about creating another trend. It's just communicating. This is me communicating my life experience and how I actually turned out now at 23. And this is just me communicating what's working. And hopefully we could have just a huge network of people where we're all communicating. Hey, I did this. I had this emotion throughout the day, and this miracle happened. And then we will start creating. Creating as a whole, as a world. We're not going to be separatists. We're going to be, this full functioning Earth thing, which is going to be cool. I mean, hopefully it gets there. Hopefully that's the belief I carry, and hopefully that's what ends up happening, because the world is not falling apart. It's just we're kind of shaving away we're shaving away the tools we don't need anymore to get to this and to get to there. And as of right now, the future is not real. But if there is a now, then now we are all connected, and that's the idea. So, just back to your emotional filters. You can also your conscious and your subconscious are two very powerful things. So use them. There are things you can do to step into your subconscious. I don't know, a lot of people get confused on, well, how do I get myself to a quiet place, or do I meditate, or how do I step into my subconscious? I feel like your subconscious is always running, because your subconscious is kind of what's automatic. And now there's new stuff out there, and people say that your world is ran by 90% of your subconscious. Or I don't know if I said that backwards. So 90% of your subconscious runs how you react, runs how you respond, and all that stuff. So people get kind of confused on how to step into that. Don't overdo it. It's like, literally, it's not that you have to jump 6 feet onto another platform and figure it out there. You're already on the platform, so just tell yourself you're on the platform. Your mind puts puts the blocks in the way because it doesn't really recognize it. And when it doesn't recognize something and it gets confused and overanalyzes, it kind of gets lost in that. So when it comes to developing your own techniques, make them simple. Just say it. I am in my subconscious right now, and I choose to set up a filter when I act like this. Or not choose to set up a filter, but put in a filter to at least recognize when I'm in that mode, so I can step out. Because if you're in this process, then of handling your emotions, then the idea is that you want to step out. So tell yourself that I want to know when I'm acting in a funky way, or when I'm acting in fear, and sorry, excuse me. But when you realize that, and when you realize you're acting in it, that is a very strong place to be, because now you have choice. I don't know. I used to work in the restaurant industry a lot, and a lot of people in the restaurant industry, or at least a lot of customers, like to come in and like to get a free meal, I'm not opposed to that. I'm just opposed to the approach that most people use. And the approach is condemning the restaurant and accusing them of doing something wrong, and trying to take advantage of them when that's not real. And you're trying to help this person and say, look, I'm trying to figure out what you want, but you're not allowing me to help you. So what can I do to help you? And they're all up in your face. Well, this food is like this, and this is like this, and the server said this, and I don't know how to do this, and you're back there doing this, and I don't know what's going on. And you have to come and say, I'm very sorry, but if you come forward and like, well, you know what, sir, you're not making any sense, so get out. You know what I mean? You don't feel good in that, And so if you could step out and calmly say, look, I'm trying to do everything that I can for you, but obviously I see that nothing is working out, so I'm just gonna have to ask you to leave. And that is fine. Like you don't accept people's shit, you don't let people. Healthy living is not being walked on and not getting rid of your emotions so people can step on you. If you don't have emotion to connect with another person, say a person approaches you in anger or approaches you in shame. Shame is a big one. Shame is a huge way that a lot of people communicate, like, ooh, look at you, or ooh, good for you, or ooh, you're not doing this anymore, you're doing that, or oh, you quit smoking, you must be better. Like if you don't, what is that? So they approach you in shame, and in shame, to accept shame, you're this gear, and a lot of people just accept it and fit into that other part very easily. If someone comes at you in shame and you look at that and you feel ashamed, you're like, well, I'm not better. I'm not trying to be better than you. I'm just trying to self-empower myself, and you feel guilt. I guess guilt would be the 2 + 2 = 4. So you have the shame. I don't know if that made any sense, but it made sense to me. But so you have the shame, and then for shame to connect with another person, and it has to be in guilt, and that's the play, and then that's the emotional rut you're in, and then throughout that day, however long that shame lasts throughout your day, it expands and expands and expands till it pops, and you fight with your significant other, or you say something rude that you didn't really mean to say. Just see yourself, and when someone approaches you in shame, just be like, yeah, I did quit. You know what I mean? I still love you. I'm not trying to be better than you. You can either say that, or your energy can say that, but say, hey, I'm still here for you. What do you need? We are not different. Just because you smoke and I do not smoke does not mean I'm going to reject you, because I've been where you are. So just present that, and life will be a lot easier when you just force your way out of that cement. That emotional cement, and do it, because it'll get a lot easier and a lot easier and a lot easier, and then you'll be like, whew, that didn't bother me at all. I don't know, this person said something about my cat, and I didn't get offended one bit, because I know what my cat is, and I know I don't have a cat, but I know the reality of what I have, and I don't need anybody else to confirm that, because what I have is powerful, and whatever I believe to be true, or more know to be true, it is, and that's the only affirmation I need, and I don't need it from anybody else, and that's all on that. I hope that helps. Emotions are difficult. We have full-blown professions over them, and they don't mean shit. So just get rid of them, and whatever it is, it's like, you can call an emotion anything you want. It's like, probably we're gonna have a disease for being too happy all the time, or we're gonna call them these kinds of people. We're gonna have a pill for it. Like, don't. You can make up whatever you want, or you can know what is true, and just know that you have power. And yeah, I love you guys. I don't really have any. I just kind of wake up in the morning. I'd be like, what should I talk about today? So if you have any things that we should talk about, or that I should talk about, then just say, hey, well, what about this, or how do you handle this, and I'll kind of do this thing where I'll answer your question, and I'll answer as many questions as I can, and those would be pretty good YouTube videos too, because I can't think of everything. But yeah, love you guys. Have an awesome day. Devin Holloway, and yeah, we'll see more of me.